Hello, welcome back. Today, the Unfettered Eidolon homebrew race. Well, just sitting around one day, yesterday, and not thinking about anything in particular, and all of a sudden, oh! This ideal just came to me. Out of random, tangible, ethereal, whatever. This hit me hard, and once it got in my head, I had to get it out. I had to get it out before I... Weird thing, I think I would lose it. I would lose the creative powers that be. And... pretty interesting. I mean, when you have a summoner, and they die, and that connection, that tangible thread to your eidolon is forever severed. Destroyed. And that eidolon is banished back from where it came. And the summoner is no more. Where is the story on that? What happens to that eidolon? How does it go about the rest of its existence and such? The rare few, such as the Unfettered Eidolon, where the link between the eidolon and the summoner is unnaturally severed, usually as a result of some sort of powerful magic, some sort of destructive, magical, creative death, bizarre death, to where the eidolon is freed upon the world. This alien world to them. Galarian. That is just a great story. Where does it go from there? How does it continue its existence? The imagined turmoil, the depression, the everything that sets in, the loneliness, the detached feelings, connection, everything. That's just a great role-playing story aspect. So, Unfettered Eidolon. As featured in the Bestiary 3. Maybe you're into those JRPGs with Dragon Warrior and stuff. You know, think about that monster that you get to be. That crazy, bizarre, out of this world monster. I'm not talking about those metal slimes or anything like that, but imagine having this as a character. Look at that thing. That thing's just awesome. Serpentine, cockatrice looking. Imagine that charging at you with its pinions flapping haphazardly as it seems to balance itself along its tail, and perhaps what little pinions give it a boost to speed as it tries to rip your head off. I mean, that's just... there's a lot of creative flavor right there. Of course, making GMs everywhere facepalm. Why can't he just play human or dwarf or something? We need to stick with the core rules, please. The core rule book only. Come on, how many times are you going to play that before you want to get out, branch out, experience the other things? Especially if you're Pathfinder or not. I mean, come on. It's always about the next book, right? So, Unfettered Eidolon. Here we go. I wasted enough of your time babbling and such. So yeah, here we go. Making it a race. I've calculated this out to be about 13 racial points. The Unfettered Eidolon. The type is that it's an outsider. Extraplanar for the subtype. Meaning that Unfettered Eidolon are outsiders with the extraplanar subtype. Unlike most living creatures, an outsider does not have a dual nature. Its soul and body form one unit. When an outsider is slain, no soul is set loose. Spells that restore souls to their bodies, such as raise dead, reincarnate, and resurrection, don't work on an outsider. It takes a different magical effect, such as limited wish, miracle, true resurrection, to restore it to life. So that's one sort of aspect of finality to that character upon its death. Size, it varies with the evolutions that I will get to introduced here. You can go from tiny, small, medium, large. So, ability score modifiers, those are going to vary. As I put down here, Unfettered Eidolon have one of 4 base forms: Aquatic, Biped, Quadruped, or Serpentine. Each base form determines ability score, speed, and other racial traits. Defensive racial traits, evasion. I give that away to cost of 4. It's a homebrew. That's not in the advanced race guide, the race builder section. Those curious about that, this book teaches you everything you need to know. It gives you examples on how to make your own. Other defense racial traits I just put varies because of the evolutions. A lot of the stuff here is going to be varied, so I just put like a dash right next to it since you really couldn't give it a cost at this time. And that thing goes with feed and skill racial traits, magical racial traits, offense racial traits, other racial traits. However, I did put under other evolution points, +8, homebrew. I'll get to that here. Evolution points. What am I talking about? Unfettered Eidolons have a number of evolution points, which I call RP. You can call it EP if you want, but since we're doing a race build here using the race build points, I'm going to call it RP. So for all intensive purposes, just think EP is RP when you're looking at the race, not the class. Okay, you can use to purchase abilities and defenses. An Unfettered Eidolon starts with 8 racial points, or evolution points. Your base form counts against this. Remember that. And I went with a homebrew modification here for unusual body type with a -2. And what that is, at the GM's discretion, the facepalm and GM when you present this race to him, armor may cost Unfettered Eidolon an additional amount due to their unusual body type. 25% more for light armor, 50% more for medium armor, and 75% more for heavy armor. Although, there is a clause. Animal Barden may be an alternative. Just saying. Okay. Senses racial traits, they have dark vision. That's what outsiders get. There's no way to cost for that, so they can see out to 60 feet in the dark. And what I put here for languages, they do start with common, as presented in the books. Unfettered Eidolon begin speaking common. Unfettered Eidolons with high intelligence scores can choose from the following: Draconic, Dwarven, Elven, Goblin, Gnome, Halfling, and Orc. Alright, so that's what we got there. There's a lot of stuff that varies. And this all comes to when you select your Unfettered Eidolon base form, and then when you get to the evolutions that go with that. So just talk about the Unfettered Eidolon here. What I've put down here for the description of this, should you choose this race as your homebrew. When a summoner dies, a link is destroyed and the Eidolon is banished back from whence it came. Occasionally, however, this link between Eidolon and summoner is unnaturally severed, usually as a result of powerful magic or some bizarre death, freeing the Eidolon upon the world. Few can predict what specific events might cause an Eidolon to become unfettered, but those that do become stranded on a plane alien to them, released to act as they please. The glow and runes that once presented their bonds burn painful scars onto their bodies. Unfettered Eidolons are not quite as powerful as normal Eidolons, but without their evolutions tied to their summoner's whims. These bizarre and varied creatures continue to evolve and advance on their own. They continue to evolve and advance on their own, suggesting that they go through and evolve skills, abilities, and such. They can morph their body through a tremendous amount of will. or some other unexplained metaphysical effect, magical effect. So, here we go. Unfettered Eidolon base form. Here's where we get to your ability stats and such. If you're going to go with Aquatic, Biped, Quadruped, or Serpentine, they're all 4 racial point costs. So already that goes against the total of 8 that you get to start out with. So Aquatic, they have a +4 to strength and a -4 to intelligence. Slow speed, they have a swim speed of 20, base speed of 20 feet and a swim speed of 40 feet. They have a bite attack based on their size. That determines the damage. Amphibious, they can breathe both air and water. Or you can go with Biped, +4 to strength, -4 to intelligence. Normal speed, 30 feet. These possess arms. And they possess claws. And they possess legs. Now on to the Quadruped. This one's a little different. It's +2 to strength, +2 to dexterity, and -4 to intelligence. They have fast speed for their base land speed, it's 40 feet. They gain a bite based on their size. And also their Quadruped. Unfettered Eidolon possess 4 legs, granting them a +4 racial bonus to CMD against trip attempts. And that's why they have fast speed. Serpentine, +4 to dex and a -4 to intelligence. They have slow speed, base speed is 20 feet. They have a climb speed of 20 feet. They have a bite based on the damage goes based upon their size, and then they get a slap and tail. They have a tail, so they can use that to make attacks of opportunity with a reach of 10 feet. I should also note that the bite also has a reach of 10 feet. So, there you go. So they pick one of their base forms, and that determines their ability score modifiers, and then what other standard traits come with those. Now, whichever one you pick, you still have 4 racial point or evolution points left over. Now we have the Unfettered Eidolon evolution table. You can go through those, select which ones you want. You only get 4. Now there are some things that cost more than 4. We'll get to that in a moment. But let's say you want your Biped, or your Serpent, the grow gills. I put a lot of point costs on here, so I'll just link it on the description rather than putting you further to sleep with this. But yeah, amphibious, arms, bite, burrow, claw, climb, energy attacks, flight, gore, improved natural armor, large size, legs, magical flight, natural armor, powerful swimmer, reach, resistance, secondary arms, secondary legs, slam, slap and tail, small, stain, swim, tail, tangling, tentacles, tentacled, tiny. Yeah. So, there's a lot of things they won't be able to pick, or maybe a few things they won't be able to pick right away. But we can solve that easily. How do you make this not overpowered? You guys already think it's overpowered. I know you, the face palmers out there. So, it'll be a feat cost. What I put here is a Unfettered Eidolon feat. The feat is called Evolution. Bizarre and varied, you continue to evolve and advance on your own despite the loss of your summoner. Prerequisite is that you are Unfettered Eidolon. Benefit: you gain an additional 4 racial points, evolution points, to purchase new evolutions. Special: you may take this feat once per every 4 class levels you have attained. So, every 4 levels, you have the ability to select this feat again. So, so they're not as powerful as a normal Eidolon, as it's suggested in the description of the monster or race. But it gets to evolve on its own as is suggested in that text. So, if you're saving up for large size, hold on to those leftover points, and the next time you are able to get that feat, then you can take it. So, you can't take it right away, but, you know, after you have 4 class levels, then yeah, go ahead and pick that one up, and through the mysterious and very heavy role-played effect, you can evolutionize, or whatever, your form. You can break through those bonds, those chains, those shackled, tangible threads that were once controlled by your summoner, as you have learned to attain and master those unknown effects, evolutions. So there's a lot of great roleplay opportunity here. Have just a very bizarre monster, and have a great story behind that. Your summoner's death, the tragedy, the distraught that character went through. Yeah, really cool. I like these races where you can play them and there's this thread of finality to it. If you mess up or something, you know, there's a pretty good chance you won't be coming back. Very, very harsh past, very brutal, and a lot of wealth of opportunity to improve yourself here. To sort of rise from your stature. And you get to sort of look and become what you want. Unlike all the other races out there, you are bound to that form, to those abilities, but through this you can have that unique look that you want. Whether it be a flying chicken snake to maybe some sort of oriental type of dragon, or some sort of wolf. There's a lot of great stuff there. Maybe for those people that have that problem of trying to get their animal companion awakened to where it'll talk, maybe this might be a better opportunity, a better race to present for those people that really want to play some kind of monstrous beast, animal, or have something that can talk that they can role play with. Yeah, I don't know, this just hit me out of nowhere, and I was really excited to create this, and I think I did a pretty good job. I didn't list all the evolutions. I just stuck mainly with what was with the unfettered ones. At your discretion, GM, whatever, you can always look at the evolutions and pick those. You know, if you want a breath weapon or something else on there, scent, incorporeal, some sort of effect like that. Yeah. But I hope you like this. I'll put the description of this in the bottom of the video, and let me know what you think. If anything, hope it helps you out, and makes your GM facepalm. See ya.